Hi there, and welcome to episode 2, if you ever found episode 1. So quickly, I'm just going to give you a quick show of I've finally, although I finished the digging and clearing out, I've finished all the pruning, all the knocking down and everything else. So stage 1, which is to do that, is now hopefully done, and that means that stage 2 is then going to be clearing it all away. And I've got excusing the car noise, but I have a chipper coming. I've scrammed the use of a chipper off my friend, so I've got that coming, so I can get a lot of the wood cut down. But I've just had a little show. I've finished off, excusing the light, I've tidied some of the hedges up, got all the dead wood out, pruned back a lot of the trees to give me a bit more light into what's probably going to be another border. But that pretty much gives me all that lot to get rid of, and that lot and all that lot. It's a little bit clear at the back, look. That's a clear patch. And that lot. And the end of it, this scrubby stuff here. So hopefully once these are out, that's going to give me quite a few areas I can start putting some fruit bushes in. Back we had a bit of a tree shrub here that had just completely taken over everything in this corner. It's now there. But that certainly gives me a nice area here. You can see where the neighbours are. Unfortunately, they were very old, and I think the gentleman's no longer with us and the lady's now in care. But something along the lines of what they've done there is hopefully down this side, once I've got sorted, the sheds are going to move, which they were only there temporary, and that will give me an area here for some coal frames and I don't know about a greenhouse, either a warm house or possibly a netted area or something like that. The first pile here. And I cleared all out from the back of the garage. I've cleared all that away so I can see what I have, which gave me another pile there. Oh, there's a lot of old rotten dead wood. And then from trimming out some overgrown, an old big overgrown bottle brush, it was actually hanging over and starting to come down, but that's given me some timber for the fire, but a pile of wood. Another pile of wood from pruning the corner. I've also went over into the neighbours and pruned some of theirs out, and then some extras from what I pulled out. So that was a fair bit of work gone in there, but at least now I did everything. Originally I was just going to pull all the rubbish out as I showed you last time, and then I thought, well, why not just get the pruning done, get everything done, and then I can get it all chipped up in one. Well, get a lot of it. A lot of this I'll have to either, I'll probably burn it because it won't go through the chipper. A lot of this is too fibrous, but all the wood I can get rid of. So stage 1 done. Well, here we are, ready for the next stage now. As you can see, friends just dropped the chipper off, getting everything set up so I can collect all the chippings for mulching. I'll be on the go, and basically I've pulled everything together. All that you could see before has all been pulled up here, all the way up. I've got a fair bit of wood to get rid of there. Whoops. Yep, got a couple of jobs. I've just moved the fencing, so that's going to allow me to start working on the retainer back there, but this will just restrict the boys' movements a little bit. I've some of my plants in here. I've got some tomatoes on the go, and some herbs and a few bits and pieces, and a few little seedlings in this one. Only a very bit of a bargain there, quite cheap couple of coal frames, but that's certainly opened this area up, ready for doing some work on. Hoping to take it back a bit further from the back of the garage there, give me a bit more workspace, and then there'll be the other piles at the top, but I'm going to burn them. So, but none of it will get wasted. The chippings can go for mulch, and the ash will go for potash. So that'll go into the fruit bushes and things. They always like that. And last but not least, one of my first plantings. I've had if I can get around here so you can see. There we go. But a bit of trying to protect it from the boys. But yeah, first couple of plants in there. A couple of rhubarbs in. Not very good soil, that's for sure. I've only got about 4 inches of soil, and then it starts to get into clay, and then a full spit down I'm into clay. So I double dug. I've got a bag and a half of compost, potting compost, so 60 litres of potting compost gone into there, and I think that's certainly going to mean that when it comes to doing the rest of the garden, it's going to be aiming towards more of the raised beds, so just the fruit bushes which I can dig a big hole out and feed in. So but we'll see where it goes. Anyway, now it's on with the chipping. Oh. And I do have to say, that's quite a nice feeling. Whew, glad it wasn't much water. Oh. Next job. Come on, Bensky. Good boy.